Good morning, everyone. This is Ranger Rob, and welcome to the Ranger Rob Country Living channel. This is the beginning of Memorial Day weekend for Sherry and I, and so we got lots of things to do. We're going to be working on the corn area. We may be burning this weekend. We may be planting this weekend, and Lord knows what else we'll be doing in between all that. It's not a sparkling day here in Central Oregon, but it's a mild day and cloudy and whole works. And yes, I have not shaved. It's going to be scruffy this weekend. So anyway, so we gotta open up a few things. First thing I gotta do is check on my baby chickens. And Sherry, she already went out and wanted to take care of the piggies, and so she's out there doing that. And yeah, so I'm gonna open up a few things here and get this day started. Well, we're here checking on the little babies. They're getting nice and big. And so we'll clean their water, add some food, and just let them grow. Alright, stopped in here in the greenhouse. And fans turn on. It's not a super hot day yet, so right now I'm not doing opening too many things up yet. And we did harvest some of the spinach, traded with Amy's family from Dragonfly Farms, and we really gave them a lot of spinach, and we only hit this area. So we got to harvest the rest of that. I got to make a salad today and thin this out because things are growing fast here on the hydroponics. So all my little plants here are doing great. These peas, snap peas, cucumbers, beans, everything's taking off in the Dutch buckets. Pretty happy about that. And tomatoes are hanging in there, still a little cool for them. But yeah, we're pretty happy so far. Well, I checked on the towers. Everything's going good here. We got to replace the dog's water in their pool sometime this weekend. Sherry's cleaning one of our waters for the chicken over here. And then yesterday I didn't show it, but in here these are all walla onions. I got to weed this a little bit. And in here I burned some new holes and planted bush beans in here. So that'll pretty much fill this up. I was going to put more onions in there, but I thought it'd be kind of nice to get a couple more beans going. So we really like green beans. So, but I think I'll go through here and pull some of the weeds out and go from there. Well, I got our new above ground conventional garden watered. Thought I'd show you how things are coming along. These are all the radishes. They're starting to pop up. Got carrots starting to grow. These are all the potatoes I planted. They're all coming up. Half of them are reds, Pontiac reds. The other ones are russet. And yeah, yeah, so they're doing good. Over here, we still got to plant this area, but I did put a little spinach down here, and it's all doing really well. Half of this is peas, the other half is snap peas. They're all coming up pretty well, and we got to come up with a trellis system. In here, we had to kind of start from scratch. So I got some bush beans coming up eventually. Got a little bit of broccoli and cauliflower mixed in here, and they're in the early stages. We're slowly gaining ground on the strawberries here. I just got them all watered up. We've got a lot of new starts. I'm starting to get leaves in here. It's gonna make it. In here, some more strawberries. And then down here, I got some celery. I wanted to have a little bit of batch of celery so we can cut up a lot of that and freeze dry it and have celery available to us throughout the year. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Today, we are measuring out our rows for the corn so we know where to put our markers and everything, and hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll have that planted. And we also are putting walkways in there with the fabric weave 30 inches. And so there'll be some strips going down the center of that, so we have walkways without weeds. And eventually I got a trellis to put up in here too. Sherry's doing a little bit of raking. We got a lot of grass growing in our driveway. Didn't spray it, and so after she probably does that, I'll probably come in with a weed killer just on the driveway. And we don't like to use a whole lot of that kind of stuff on the property, but it's hard to control this cheat grass in our driveway, and that's about the best way we can do it. So that's the status of the above ground gardening. We got so much to do this weekend. All right, guys, we're gonna get rain here in a minute. You can see our gray skies, but we have started marking our corn area. The complicated part about this is, if you notice, our fence is straight, but when this field was cut, it was not cut square. So we got one of our strings here, and you can see we got to make this walkway, which is okay, but so it was kind of tricky getting this squared up. But anyway, so what we're going to use is fabric weave and what we identify as the walkways. So what Sherry's trying to do is, like, we'll have to fold this stuff under because it's definitely too wide, and we'll make walkways which we're going to put in before we actually plant corn. But not now because it's starting to rain. Good deal. Here's your kitty. Oh no, run for your life, kitty, go.
Belle.
Belle, come, Belle. Belle. Yeah, kitty doesn't like rain. She beelined. She beelined for the house. Wow, what a whippy cat. Well, guys, we kind of got rained out today, so we just started to change over to cooking. So for dinner tonight, I cooked up a few salmons in the Traeger, well, salmon pieces, broccoli, and then Sherry made some. Do you know what the name of this bread is?
It's just a white bread.
It's a white bread. Anyway, it was just kind of fun. We're kind of learning how to do things that we may have to do in the future. So Sherry's mastered pretty much the artisan bread. Now she's making a white bread, and kind of fun to make and also to try. And yeah, so we're going to sit down and have a really good dinner here. And then tonight we got to feed our animals and maybe try to get one little thing or two done in the yard, because we actually have a little window of nice weather for about a half hour.
It holds up.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're doing tonight, and then we'll just let this video continue to tomorrow. Hi guys, it's the next day, and today's Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, and what's also kind of cool about today is we're going to try to make it to the art fair or artisan fair down at the senior center down on Crooked River Ranch, and I'll take a few pictures if I can. But this morning we're going to move some food to the piggies, and so Sherry's going to use the lawnmower for that, but I could get the wheelbarrow. Oh, she found it. And we're checking on the babies and get them watered and fed, and then we'll take a whole bunch of bags of food to the piggies. Well, Sherry's nice enough to get the lawnmower going, and she's going to help me get that stuff in the back. And I did not let you know whether we had a sparkling day here in Central Oregon or not. And we have a nice day, but not a sparkling day. Definitely windy, but hopefully calm down a little bit. Be nice for the people trying to sell stuff down at the art fair. So as soon as Sherry gets our lawnmower kind of warmed up, she'll be bringing it over with the cart. And here comes our little choo-choo train right now. And it's kind of funny, it's got to kind of warm up before the stirring actually works very good. So apparently I need to take a look at that. we did get our piggies all fed. They're just filling their waters right now. So yeah, it's definitely windy and cold. So Sherry's taking the lawnmower back with the trailer, taking those bags and burning them in our burn barrel. And after that, we're gonna maybe try to lay some sheets down even though it's windy, but we'll see. Well guys, it's a little later in the day and we did take a ride down to the Heritage House and go check out the art festival down there. It was nice, met some really nice people, got a chance to do a tour through the Heritage House. It was kind of neat to see because years ago Sherry and I and her mother and father were quite involved with that Heritage House back in the 1999, 2000. So it was kind of fun to see the place and how they've renovated it. But now it's time to go to the greenhouse and get some spinach out of here because it's getting way too full. And we're going to grab some lettuce and make a salad tonight too. So Sherry and I are getting ready to harvest because it's a jungle out here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, we're going to get some of this out of here. Well, we got a big harvest out of all that, but I actually have more spinach in the above ground garden. I need to thin out a little bit, so I'm gonna go over. I gotta get another plastic bag, not so big, and harvest some of those too. All right guys, we're back inside. So this is all the lettuce we got that we do. Oh, we had a lot more lettuce that we're gonna just make for us, me and Sherry. Then Sherry just got done. I just harvested from the above ground, which is really interesting because the leaves here are a lot shorter and they're tighter together because they're outside in the conventional garden, where these other ones from the hydroponics have these long stems on them, which you could eat. They're perfectly fine to eat, but if you don't have to, we just like, oh, we'll just give them to our animals. So, but it's amazing how the stems are so different. We haven't cut these stems off, did you? Yeah, so these, look at the stems on these. So different than what came out of the hydroponics. I just find that interesting that the plants were protecting themselves to keep them from freezing, so the leaves grew tighter and closer to the ground. But same spinach. So truly amazing. We're gonna eat well. We're gonna blanch these, get ready to blanch, then dunk them in cold water. Then we're gonna make spinach balls. So we make about a cup worth of each spinach ball. So you saw that in one of our prior videos. We're just doing the same thing again. Good morning everyone. It's the next day and it's a sparkling day in Central Oregon. A little bit cloudy, but it's not raining and it's not windy. It's a little breeze, but not much. Sherry got up early to start mowing our lawns because today is our Memorial Day. So yeah, I know my videos are ahead. So anyway, or behind in your case. Anyway, Sherry's mowing lawns today. My biggest priority before I start the day out is filling the towers. Let me double check and make sure I'm right about that. But this tank needs to be refilled before 12. And yep. So I gotta go get my chemicals, fill this tank before it goes off. And then I also got to check on the baby birds and some of my other stuff. And today I think is our last day that we can burn stuff before it gets too hot in the summer. Anyway, we're going to try to burn our burn pile in the back today. So hopefully we'll get to that, but we'll just take it as it goes. So I got my chemicals. I'm getting nutrients we're going to put into the NFT here. Once again, I'm not going to go through the measurements and everything. I've done that in other shows, but it's a combination of Epsom salt, calcium nitrate, and master blend. And we're doing about 25 gallons worth of chemicals, which is not very much. And also I want to remind you is I get people asking me all the time that they'd like to have a tour of our place, and we do it all the time. So all you have to do is contact us in the messaging in Facebook, either through Rob Scribner or through RangerRob. Let us know you'd like to come by, and we'll make arrangements to show you all the 4 types of hydroponics we do, which is towers, NFT, floating rafts, and Dutch buckets. And we may add some other kind of techniques in the future, but it's hard to keep up already. So if you're interested, especially if you're in Central Oregon, of seeing how we do some of our hydroponics, there's a lot of great examples out there. This is how we do it, and we try to do a better job every year. But yeah, anyway, let me get these into my tanks, because I only get 2 hours before this tank goes off. Well guys, I'm out here in the above ground gardens, which are doing actually really well. Just wanted to mention that we got these new buckets we bought at Winco. We got those for $14 a piece. I thought that was pretty good actually. So we bought, I think, 12 of them, something like that. And this week to next weekend, we'll probably start working on getting them filled, just like we had to go through with these darn above grounds. And we got a whole bunch of potting soil, the layer, but we will put like rocks and other types of dirts and stuff in the lower half, and then put the quality dirt towards the top. So what their mission is for all these buckets here, I got more, is to plant flowers, which will kind of help attract bees, and plus it'll look really pretty. Eventually in here, this will be fenced off, have a beautiful walkways, whether we're going to use wood chips or gravel, I'm not sure yet. And we'll expand the edges out with more fabric weave. But right now we're focusing on just the planting area. And so we'll probably put like a nice arch in here, fence it off, keep the dogs out of here. Kind of make it enchanting a little bit. But it may take a little time. It may even take till next year to have it totally complete. We just wanted to get it into growing mode this year. So we got the fabric weave for this. All this area, as soon as we get the trellis up here, we'll start planting that for things that grow low to the ground. And we're trying to make time to put our rows in for the corn over here. So what will happen is between the rows, we're going to put fabric weave down, so we have walkways through the corn, and help kind of keep the weeds down a little bit. So that's our next thing, is we got to measure it out, and we're ready to put fabric weave in there. But it's been super windy, and I don't know if you guys worked with fabric weave in windy days, it doesn't get along very well. And so Sherry and I are having a hard time either dealing with the weather or doing the same project together at the same time. Like now she's doing, I've been doing miscellaneous stuff for the plant, the different gardens. Sherry's mowing lawns. We're kind of divided right now. So eventually we will get together and get some of these projects done. Alrighty guys, it's time to try to roll out some fabric weave with a little bit of wind. It's kind of off and on, so we're lucky. We won't be creating parasails, but we got to put some fabric weave across here. We're going to do our first one, so we're going to use staples, ground staples, hammer, and do we have scissors out here? And I gotta get us some scissors. Well, it's a little later in the day, and we did get a couple of rows in, but guess what? We ran out of fabric weave. So that put a halt on that project, which means we'll probably try to put another stake in or so. But yeah, that's what the rows are going to be, corn in between each one. I think we got, how many rows left? Of the one row of plastic left? So yeah, there it is. Alright guys, this is where it gets interesting. So we're going to go ahead and plant 2 rows, at least 1 row, and we're going to use our new device here. And so what we're going to do is plant our oldest or longest duration corn on this side to our earliest on this side. Like this is like 85 days as compared to 65. And so this first row we're putting peaches and cream, they call it MID. It's a 85-day old sweet, supposed to be a sweet and tasty bicolored corn. And so we're going to try these first. We got 2 bags of these, and we got to do a test first on this, where we'll load some seeds in it, roll it down a couple of notches, see how often it drops, so we can control. We're trying to do 6 inches apart, right?
10 inches, 6 to 10 inches.
Okay, so each row, well, each open path here will have 4 rows in it. So 4 rows of corn in each path, non-path, and then our walkway, same thing, each one. We ordered extra fabric weave and some more staples and stuff, and we won't have those till next Thursday. This is our Monday, this Thursday coming. So next weekend we can finish the last part, but it doesn't mean we can't at least get some of our oldest duration corn planted, because the sooner we get it in the ground the better. So this is basically the end of the month for us, so it's basically June 1st, let's say. Our last frost date can be up to June 10th. So they say you can put this corn in about 10 days before the last frost date. So we're really pushing it. So anyway, we got to do some adjustments to get this going, and then we'll show you us actually using it in the field. So we did a little test, put a couple of corn kernels in here, ran it here without digging, and we're actually coming about 9 inches apart here between each kernel, which is about perfect of what we wanted. So yeah, we're set to go. Our little scooter's ready to plant some seeds here. Kind of cool.
We have to adjust our heights now.
Yeah, so we're going to be adjusting the thing down below to a 2-inch trench, and this will actually cut the trench and cover the trench at the same time. So we got to do some more adjustments. Right, we got this on its side. We dropped this down to 2 inches right here, and so when this is going through, this is digging a trench, dropping the seed, covering the hole, and then packing it down with the back tire there. So we're ready to go. So this should be interesting. So the last thing, we're about ready to do a row here. So Sherry's, this little device on the side is to help us measure our rows spacing based on our string. And so yeah, so we'll let you know how well this works. All right, so you can kind of see where our measuring device here is to help us follow our marker a little just as close as possible. This is an exact science, and then we're going to start going ahead and planting here and see what problems or things that come up. So, you know, every time you have a toy like this, there's always some kind of quirk about it. All right, we're ready to go here. We're going to let you have a close-up of what it looks like. So what you want to watch is the corn inside the tank will be caught up on this wheel right here, which will take it to the top, drop it down into the scoop into the ground, and then the bottom will trench and cover. So let's go. So we started a little bit here, and it's kind of hard to roll this level, but it is doing its job. It's hard to get the back tire down because you are also trenching at the same time. And of course you have a problem with, you know what I'm thinking? Alright guys, so we're kind of learning a little trick here. We decided to put a rope on there, and Sherry's turned me into an ox. And so I'm actually pulling while she's pushing, which kind of gives us a little more control of doing this. Now, One of the problems is just trying to get used to getting your spacing right. So we only need 4 rows in here, and the way we're going, we could get 5 rows. We may end up doing that, but so far so good. Still learning, but we'll let you see what we're doing.
It does miss occasionally.
So as you can see, it's doing pretty good. Every once in a while it'll miss a kernel, but being that we're going 4 wide, that's not gonna really hurt our spacing. So we got one more to do through here, and that will give us the 4 rows that we wanted. So it's kind of an interesting tool, but it sure beats being on your hands and knees and crawling and all that stuff. So yeah. And since this is kind of plowing at the same time, so if you hit a rock or something, it's nice to have the person in the front pulling. So okay, we got another row to do here. Well, we are onto our 3rd row here. Okay, we put the names of each corn on a piece of stick in each row. I can't remember exactly what they are. Let's see, this one is honey and cream. This one over here was peaches and cream. And the next one we're doing is candy corn. And what we've learned is, you know, this thing has a trencher on it. And so what we've been doing first is actually just running it empty, making our trenches. That way we're kind of making sure we're getting our 2-inch mark. So we're a little concerned about the first one, but you know how it goes when the first one's always the learning curve. So this one here, we're going to trench it 4 trenches, then put the corn in and do it again. And it does help having someone pull at the other side, just so one can focus on keeping the 2 inches down while the other one kind of keeps the momentum, because the front wheel has to turn in order to make the mechanism work. So yeah, we're getting it. It's not perfect, but it's better than being on your hands and knees and doing 250 pieces of corn at the same time. Well, we got the 3rd row planted. Sherry's just raking it, smoothing it out. And then I'm going to start watering the 3 rows by hand tonight. But I also have a big sprinkler we can put over here until we get the permanent water system in here, which we will. So there you go, guys. We're going to wrap up the video right here. So please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. And have a great day. Thanks for watching. And really, take the time to hit that like button, subscribe, all that stuff. We'd love to have you. And hit that bell. Don't forget to hit the bell. So guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Our videos are made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available at Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.